Hi, welcome to Be the Light Ministries. We're so glad that you joined us tonight. I know the heart of the Jones family for this ministry is for you to be touched by the power and the anointing of the Spirit of God. Regardless of where you are in your walk with the Lord, maybe you're not a believer, maybe you don't know the Lord at all or anything about it. This YouTube channel is for you to ask questions, for you to send questions in, make comments. They want to hear from you. And so we're honored tonight to be here. We're going to be teaching on honor. We've been reading the book Honor's Reward by John Bevere, which has been so good. And we were talking about it at home the other night. And one of the things that Andrea started talking to me about was I didn't realize all that honor consisted of, if you will. And we thought it would be fun for us to come on together, different ages in life. I'm a little more mature, have kids and grandkids. She's at a stage in her life. She's single, young adult. And we wanted to get perspective from both of our ages and age groups. And so one of the things that you mentioned to me was you didn't realize how much honor entailed.
Right. I think I was shocked when I first started reading the book because one of the scriptures that it mentioned was in 1 Peter 2, verse 17. It says, "Recognize the value of every person and continually show love to every believer. Live your lives with great reverence and in holy awe of God and honor your rulers." Well, that first part where it says recognize value, it also means to honor and to esteem. And so I didn't realize that it goes all ways. You honor all people. So it goes up to your authorities. It goes down to kids or those who are in a lesser position that you're in. And it goes to your peers as well. And I just thought that was kind of cool.
So good. And one of the things, what we're going to talk about tonight is honoring those that I would say maybe are easier to honor than others. I mean, let's just be real, which we're going to be real and transparent. But there's those that aren't as easy to honor, maybe a boss or a coworker, someone where, it's a little more challenging. But tonight we're going to talk about those that are easier for us to honor, allowing people to actually speak into your life. Honor means you're giving them a place where if they offer wisdom, if they offer insight, you honor what they have to say.
Right. I think one thing honoring for me, what it looks like as a young adult, this is my mentor, in case you didn't know, and I love her so much. And I honor her as my leader by valuing everything she says and imparts into my life. So whether it's wisdom or correction, I go to her for everything. And I ask her, I just need some wise counsel on this decision. What are your thoughts? And I just say, whatever it is, whether it's good, bad, awesome, I take it to heart, I pray about it, and just see what the Lord has on that. And actually, about a month ago, one of my best friends called. So this is honoring your peer. I love her, and I just honor the gift that she has in her life as a minister. And she called me, and we had a good God conversation. And in the middle of the conversation, she goes, Andrea, that's a very unhealthy mentality. And I was like, what? You're just getting taken back by it. But at the same time, I knew what she had called out in me was something that did need to be addressed. And it actually led me to the Lord to really get that through and work that out. And so that's just honoring your peers and honoring those who are around you and put above you.
Understanding honor God's way. I mean, I looked up scriptures, and there's hundreds of scriptures on honor. Right. First and foremost, we honor God. And when you honor God, then there's other things in your life definitely are going to line up with that. So what we're talking about is when you honor and you do things God's way, there's going to be benefits
for sure
in your life. It's easy for you to have people around you that always agree with you.
Right.
But to honor someone means I trust them to speak truth to me.
Right.
One of the things about this ministry, Be the Light Ministries, is that's their heart, is to speak truth. So sometimes it sets you back. I remember, and this was years ago, I had met a lady on a trip, and we became friends, and we were back in the day writing letters, snail mail now they call it. But I was telling her all that was going on in my life. I was doing ministry, Bible study, just working in the church. And I get this letter back from her, and she said, well, wow, you're doing a lot. When do you have time for the Lord? And I was like, okay. My first response was like, dude, who do you think you are? You know, kind of questioning what I felt like my character in that.
Mhm.
But then as I prayed about it and the Lord spoke to my heart, I did have some things out of balance. So God puts people around us and they have something to speak into us. It's not always something that we feel good about or we think,
Right.
oh, yay, you know, she brought correction to my life. But we have to realize that in honoring those around us, whether it's a peer, our friends, mentors, we should all have mentors in our life.
For
We
sure.
have to trust people to be honest and speak truth to us. If you just want to be around people that always are for you and agree with you, then sometimes you need to check that circle of friends because you
Right.
need to have those, right, that you
Right.
can trust and that are going to speak life into you.
Right. I think it all begins with trust and love. When you have someone that you can confide in and be very transparent with, like a mentor, you should be transparent with your mentor and you should be transparent with your best friends. Um, I think that's huge that you allow that love to work in that relationship by them being able to correct you, you being
Yeah.
teachable, and they're teachable as well because they love you just as much. I mean, these people want to see you walk out in destiny.
Right.
So if that's what they want in the long run, then you should be able to trust them to speak into you. And if something's out of order, then you should be willing to listen, you know?
And we should want to be corrected.
Yeah.
I mean, we used to say, I love correction.
It's touchy.
Yeah, that's a touchy one. But at the same time, we realize that honor is going to always work things out
Right.
in our favor.
Right.
That there's benefits when we do that.
Yeah.
So it's been good. The book
Yeah.
has been so good, and learning about the importance of honor. It's important to God. We honor Him, but it's important to God that we honor others that are in our life. And so those are easy people to honor most of the time, our
Right.
mentors and some of our friends and our circle of friends.
Right.
But next time we're going to talk about when it's not easy to honor, maybe boss, coworkers, those type of things. We want to thank you so much for joining us. If you have any questions, any comments, there's an email address, and we want to hear from you. Be the Light Ministries, they're ministers of the gospel, and they want to hear from you. They want to answer questions. They want to pray with you, pray for you, regardless of where you are in life. And you know, one of the things about honoring, it's a principle of God. So it works even if you don't know Jesus.
Right.
Honoring people, that still works in your life. The
For
spiritual principles operate, whether we realize it or not sometimes.
Right.
I know people that aren't serving the Lord yet. The kingdom is working in their life. So we love you here at Be the Light Ministries, and we'll see you next time.